If I could in 2 years have 3,500 agents, let me and let the people who gave you this video help you grow your company. So this is why we are exploding with independent brokerages, both small and large, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, 1,500, 3,000. We're meeting with 3,000. They're coming. And you should check it out. Take a deep dive. And hello, my name is Brent Gove. I could not be more excited to share with you today this revolutionary company called eXp. I know you've heard a lot about it and you came to the right place to learn a lot about it. So a couple things. Number one, I'm gonna share with you real brief about my background. But number two, I have a question for you. Can you make a commitment to stay in curiosity about this business model? Because it's about to completely transform the world of real estate. It's a big promise, but I'm going to ask you to take the idea of leaving your current brokerage, turn it into a book, and just put that on the bookshelf. You're not going anywhere. You're not leaving anywhere. I'm going to ask you to make a commitment to stay in curiosity about this model. By the way, it's a model that brought 90,000 agents to a brokerage over the past 10 years. Name one company in the world that grew by 90,000 agents in the last 10 years. That would be us. We're the only company in the world. So just watch close, sit back, take a breath, and take it all in, and you decide for yourself. So real quick now, before I dive into some of the mechanics of eXp and what's going on, what everyone's so doggone excited about, I want to give you a brief background of me. I promise to be brief. Been in real estate for almost 30 years now. And my first 12 years was at this small brokerage called Remax International. Very happy there, very, very pleased, wonderful experience. And then I switched in 2008-9 to a brokerage called Keller Williams. And I spent almost a decade there. And I went from I liked Remax. I mean, I really liked it. Super happy there, to love. I went from like to love. And I fell in love with Keller Williams, the culture, the education, the training. And that's kind of where I was when about 8 years ago, eXp found me. And so I'm going to talk to you about what was so light years ahead. It was literally, it went from love to out of this universe. So I'm going to talk to you about why everyone is so doggone excited about eXp. So let's get into it. Number one, we focus on leads and education. You think, well, we do that on our company too. Yep, and we do it. And I'll match our training and collaboration to yours and up you one. I think not only you'll find it's as good, it's actually better. We're currently closing 45,000 transactions, not a year, a month, like right now. And I believe that number is going to double and triple over the next few years. It's pretty exciting what's going on. Number two, we have marketing and personal brand. You actually get to have your brand, and then in fine print, whatever they allow in your state or country, brokered by eXp Realty, their broker's number. There's liability for you independents. It's eXp that has to deal with it, not you. And then also, or if you have a brand, it's your brand, brokered or powered by eXp. Again, whatever they allow in your state or country. Pretty awesome, but you don't lose your identity. We back your identity. We bring a multi-billion-dollar company to you. And then there's culture and mission. Wow. I mean, everyone's like, well, our culture's pretty good at our company. And so it is here. In fact, here, the people who have to come here, they're seeing the opportunity. They're excited. They want to have something even better. It's kind of hard for a negative, grouchy person to go to eXp because they tend to not to just by terms of who they are. So we end up with all the positive, goal-oriented, can-do, let's take over the world. It's pretty awesome. So I'll match your culture and see you one. You got to come see it for yourself. Come to an eXp event. You'll see. You'll be blown away. Leadership and mission. Again, who do you know who added 90,000 agents? Not just added them, grew by. We're close to 90,000 now. It's amazing. We're the only company in the world that has done this over the past 10 years. The only one. You can name nobody else. It's pretty awesome. And then there's broker support and tech support. Everyone's always worried about the broker support. Well, how's the broker support at Remax? Man, it was very good. How's the broker support at Keller Williams? Man, it was very good. Just as good as Remax, I thought. How about eXp? Well, I mean, again, at my old brokerage service, sometimes the broker was out. It would take an hour. Sometimes they were out for the whole day, dentist appointment or something. I have to wait till tomorrow. I know things got really busy at KW at Keller Williams. Sometimes I'd sit in a chair. It was like the doctor's office. There'd be two agents sitting in front of me. I'd sit there for an hour or two. I'd just work from my chair. 2 hours later, I could see the doctor, our broker, get help. And he was really good. Loved it. Again, I thought the brokerage support was incredible at KW. At eXp, the average wait time is 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We have multiple brokers available in every state all the time. Our average is a 2-minute wait time. If you care about your time, best brokerage support by a long shot. Agent support, like, well, what does eXp do for you? Like, how are they really gonna help me? We have 2,200 full-time staff employees to wait on you, 2,200. And we have accounting department, we have a technology department, we have brokerage services department, we have the agent transaction count department, we have marketing department, we have a luxury department, international department. I mean, we got it all. And so there's a short video that one of my favorite vice presidents, Russ Logan, made. Watch this video, that's all I can tell you. You'd be blown away. Next is luxury and commercial. We have a luxury. Do you have a luxury division? You may. So do we, and it's top notch. One of my agents just listed a $19 million home in St. Augustine, Florida. Then he brought the buyer, and one transaction he did $38 million worth of business in one transaction. Our luxury is on fire at eXp. Well, I think ours is a little bit better. No, just keep watching. And then we have commercial. We have, I don't know, about 1,000 commercial agents throughout North America, and that number is just gonna explode. We're gonna take over the world of commercial. I was never selling vineyards and buildings and restaurants and resorts. Now, that's just normal because we have a luxury department. Our residential agents team up with our commercial agents, and it's out of this world. Finally, office space. Everyone's like, well, if I go to eXp, I have to work from my home, and I like going to the office. I like being with my friends. And I think this is like one of the biggest misunderstandings of eXp. eXp is cloud-based. They're virtual. 2,200 agents work in a virtual meta universe, a cloud-based universe. But the agents, we have offices. We have over 3,000 Regus locations worldwide. Paris, Rome, New York, San Francisco, Sacramento. I mean, there's multiple. I think in Southern California, throughout LA and San Diego, there's like 65 locations. They're everywhere. We give you a Regus membership. It's like a health club membership. You go down and you get to go use the office, use their Wi-Fi, their internet, drink the coffee, use the conference rooms, very professional setting. Now, some of you are in podunk nowhere. You're outside of Cheyenne, Wyoming, or you're in Fargo, South Dakota, and you're beyond that. There's probably Reguses in Cheyenne and Fargo. I haven't looked. But if you're somewhere where out in Missouri and it's more remote, go team up with your probate lawyer, your estate planning lawyer, your CPA, your Allstate agent, and cross-market each other. You will do so much more business than staying at your office. Get out of your office. I left Keller Williams, my corner office, and went to a Regus. I thought it was a little weird. There's 200 professionals there, software engineers, commercial insurance brokers, bookkeepers, people who own landscape companies, people who own concrete companies. They all work out there, hundreds of them. None of them had licenses, real estate licenses. They all buy and sell real estate. I've never done so much business from my Regus location. So you want to not get buyers and sellers? Stay within your traditional firm's office. You got Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway, Christie's, Sotheby's, Compass, Keller Williams, you name it, all those companies. Go stay at your office. You're surrounded by agents and brokers. Well, I like that. I'd rather be surrounded by people wanting to list their home and buy homes. Think about what you're saying. Yeah, but I like my friends at the office. I hope you like your kids more. Think about what you're saying, but I really like my broker. Okay, how many homes did you sell last year? 10. Well, what if you could sell 30? What if you could sell, I don't want to sell 50. I'd like to just keep selling 10, but what if you could take your average price from 400,000 to 800 or 800 to 1.6 million? I'm telling you, get out of your office into these locations. It's amazing. What is the big difference? Because everybody will say, my office has culture. We have leads. We have training. We have great leadership. We have a great situation. I get that. But here's why we did something that nobody's ever done before. Nobody's ever grown by almost 90,000 agents in a 10-year period. It's never happened. Not just brought in 90,000. We're talking grown. I think from 600 to almost 90,000 in 10 years. It's never happened. Why? because when an eXp agent sells a house, they get stock. When they sell more homes, they get more stock. For example, capping, they go off from an 80-20 split to a 100% split quickly, sometimes in 2 or 3 sales. They think, well, I don't want to be on an 80-20. You're only on it for 2 or 3 sales sometimes 1 sale. Now, if you're in an area where home prices are really low, it might take you 7 or 8 sales. It depends upon the price of homes in your area, but most of our agents will cap in 2, 3, 4, 5 sales. And then you go to 100% for the rest of the year. Pretty awesome, and you get a big stock award for that. And if you sell more homes than that, there's another stock award, a massive stock award. And if you refer agents to your brokerage, you get even more stock. Every time you refer them, you get stock award. I think my first year I got 51 stock awards. I did the same things I always did at RE/MAX and Keller Williams and never received a stock award. In fact, if you had this system at your office right now, you probably wouldn't even be watching me, because there aren't. Now, you think, well, I'm the owner, I own the whole thing. What are your agents? They don't own anything. Why don't they refer you? Why don't they fight harder to take you from 80 agents to 800 to 1,800? There's nothing in it for them. It's the greatest radio station in the world, WIFM. What's in it for me? And there's something in it for you as the broker owner, but for your agents, there's nothing other than, hey, I like you, here's somebody. But imagine that was monetized. eXp found a way to monetize it. It's powerful. Now, the other big difference maker is because you're a shareholder, we share revenues. We do revenue share. It's like a dividend every month, not quarterly. Like every month you get paid. I'll give you an example. My first 10 days, my revenue share, my dividend, I'm calling it a dividend, it's revenue sharing, was $1,900 for 10 days. I mean, that's, I don't know, what's your house payment? What's your car payment? Boom, that was for 10 days. My first full 30 days, it was $5,000. Again, how much is your house payment, your rent, your car payments? They go, that was, what was it the next month? Oh, it was not 5, it was 10. The next month it was $10,000. The month after that, it was 10. I was shocked. I actually audited eXp, but I think the 5th month, it was $27,000. And it kind of bounced between that and $34,000 for the rest of the year. I'll tell you right now, that'll change your life. That, here's the life of a real estate agent. It always cracked me up. I'm excited, I'm depressed. I'm excited, I'm depressed. I'm excited. It's this whole, you got 4 or 5 in escrow, nothing in escrow. 2 or 3 in escrow, nothing in escrow. 3 months with nothing in escrow. You're excited, you're depressed. You're excited, depressed. If you have revenue share flowing in every month, even if it's just 3, 4, 5,000 a month, it takes the edge off it. It fills in the potholes. So, man, I tell you, I love the stock award system. Loved it, but in decades, never seen anything like it. Now, some of my agents only have 50,000. Some of my, 30,000, 50, 80. But I have many who have 100, 200, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million. I have some that have millions and millions of dollars worth of stock. But take even just a crummy $40,000 worth of stock. I'm thinking specifically of one of my agents. She said it was life-changing for her. Now, for life, 40,000 is nothing. We got trophies and plaques. And at eXp, we give glass trophies too, but we always give these stock awards. I've had people say, oh, well, you don't know what that'll be worth. You're right. Well, it turned out our company became almost a $2 billion company. And guess what? The next wave's coming. We're going from almost 90,000 agents to $250,000. We'll be the first company in the history. We'll be the largest single brand in the world because we're the only brand growing internationally the way we are, and with 7 full levels, not 5, that has revenue share that's literally not just growing in the US and Canada. So we have a couple copycat models that are falling, but they're 10 years behind. If you want to chase with that, giving us a 10-year head start, you could do that. First to market always wins. We're about to open in Tokyo. We just opened in Brazil. We opened in Tel Aviv. We've opened in France and Italy and Spain. We're opening in the UK and Australia. I'm telling you, it's exciting what's going on. And you're like, well, I'm not going. That has no meaning to me. I haven't been to any of those places either, other than to travel for fun. But I have hundreds of agents throughout India and Mumbai. I've got hundreds of agents in Spain. I have almost 1,000 in Cape Town and Johannesburg. People tell people they end up. You will get the same thing, and I and the person who shared this video will help you do it. Why would I want that? Because of the revenue sharing. It's a good thing. And so Coldwell Banker was small, then people told people, but they don't revenue share. Keller Williams, there's 2 guys. People told people, but there's no revenue share. RE/MAX, Sotheby's, and they still grew. Then you throw in revenue share. It's like throwing gas on a bonfire. It's like cooking with gas, baby. Look out. It is a powerful thing. So one of my favorite vice presidents, Russ Lagan, is going to do a breakout on how the stock awards are calculated and earned. Again, my first year I got 51 of them. Unbelievable. Changed my life. One of them appreciated to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just one of the 51. Yeah, but you were early. You were early. Listen to me. You're early. I hope you're not a year from now going, man, I wish I got going this year. Don't wait another year. You've already missed a few years, but guess what? The next wave's coming. We're going from 90,000 to 250,000. If I had told you we're going from 600 to 90,000, you're like, right, 600 agents, you're a blip on the radar. We did it. No one's ever done it. We did it. So to go from almost 90,000 to 250,000, a lot more believable, especially when we treat our agents with respect and dignity by giving them stock for selling real estate. The more they sell, the more they get. And the more agents they refer, they get unlimited stock. Every time they refer someone, they get stock. Again, Russ is going to explain how the stock awards work, and he's going to break down and show you how revenue share is calculated and why we distribute it every single month on the 22nd. The 22nd of the month is going to be your spouse's favorite day. Because, you know, when are you going to close that escrow? Well, it's scheduled for the 28th, but hopefully everything will go smooth. It might be a week late or 2 weeks late. The 22nd, you get paid like clockwork. I've been paid on the 22nd of every month for 8 years now. My wife loves that day. There's like the 25th of December, and there's the 22nd of every month. A couple days my wife really likes, and Easter and all that, Thanksgiving. But here's the deal. Let me ask you a question. Are you stuck in an old traditional model? I mean, you tell me. Do you get stock awards? Do they share revenues with you? They can't copy the model because they have massive overhead. We're cloud-based. We house 2,200 staff in a virtual campus. We don't have to heat and cool it. We don't have to insure it. We don't have to pay these leases. We don't have to have copiers and phone systems and all the, you know, if you run an office, you know, there's 80 line items. We don't have to stock the bathroom. We don't have to pay for janitorial. We don't have to have Wi-Fi. We don't have to have any of that. We're highly profitable. One of the only companies in the world making money hand over fist right now. There's a reason. So again, if I had listened to my colleagues at RE/MAX and my manager at RE/MAX, I never would have gone to Keller Williams. And I'm so glad I went to Keller Williams. It was powerful. Again, I went from like to love. And then here I'm at Keller Williams. And if I'd listened to my colleagues at Keller Williams and, you know, that 80% and my managers at Keller Williams, which there's jobs to keep me at Keller Williams, I'd have never gone to eXp. It was life changing. I mean, it was night and day between, for me personally, RE/MAX and Keller Williams, but it was times 100 when I went to eXp. And so we want to help you. You win, we win. When I was at RE/MAX, I had friends, but no, if I went from 100 to 400, they didn't make more money. When I was at Keller Williams, I had friends. Whether I sold 100 or 400, they didn't make any more money. At eXp, if you go from 100 to 400, people make a lot more money. They're going to get in there, roll up their sleeves, and get to work and help you succeed and collaborate at the highest levels. They're going to go, here's my game plan. Here's how we do it from A to Z. Copy this funnel. Run this ad. Work like this. Do me a favor. Again, you're not switching companies right now. You're making a commitment to staying curiosity about this model. So what's your job? Meet some other people at eXp. Say, I want to meet some people. I want to meet some brokers. I want to meet some agents. Ask them if they get stock revenue share every month. If they get these stock awards, have they cashed any out? I can introduce you to some people that not only they cashed them, they paid off their parents' homes. They paid off their homes. They bought their dream homes. I mean, it's pretty awesome. They've given away millions to charity, their stock. And so ask the questions. Go to some eXp event. We do our international event in Cabo every year. It sells out. 1,200 people flying in from around the world. Ed Milet, Tom Ferry, Pace Morby, Gary Brecka, Coach Bill Pipes. I mean, you know, Coach Burt. There's so many incredible people a part of what we're doing. So here's the bottom line. Are you stuck in a traditional model where you don't own it and they're not sharing revenues with you because you're not an equity owner? Because when you own, you participate in the revenue. It's pretty awesome. Welcome to the 21st century. Welcome to eXp. So here's the deal. What do? We help buyers buy, we help sellers sell, and we list agents. That's a big difference. I'll say it again. We help buyers buy, we help sellers sell, and we list agents. Why don't you list agents? Because you don't get paid to list agents. Why do you list homes? Because I get paid to list homes. Why do you help buyers buy? Because you get paid to help buyers buy. Why don't you list agents? Well, I don't get paid to list agents. You do at eXp. So the leaders have always listed agents. They will tell you not to. Stay focused on your production. If you try to list agents and really have a legacy income and have this amazing future, it could hurt your production. Well, sometimes you have a little short-term pain, long-term gain. Sometimes you burn the candle at both ends a little bit. I know, well, I'm already burning the candle. It fit into my life beautifully. I go to lunch, and now I just go to lunch and talk to a friend about eXp. I grab coffee with a friend, now I talk to him about eXp. Things I were already doing, but I think my first year, I referred 25 agents to eXp in my first 5 months. I was doing, and it exploded. I mean, literally, I was making, within 5 months, $27,000 a month on revenue share. Again, that is life-changing money, and then that's a very small amount today. But why did the big players always do this? You know, there's KW, CB, C21, BH, Better Homes, Long and Foster, Willow Page, Christie, Sotheby's. What's KW? Keller Williams. What's CB? Coldwell Banker. You know, 100 years ago, the producers, we don't remember, but we remember Coldwell Banker. They created a legacy company. They sold it to a company called Anywhere for a lot of money, and it made a big difference. Even in the 80s, this company created this great culture and training called KW, Keller Williams, two guys. And they go, let's list agents. Coldwell Banker, let's list agents and then help them. Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway, you know, let's list agents and help them. And they did a great job. But why we are the next big thing is because none of those companies empowered them with stock awards. You own the company with the founder. eXp is doing that. And then share revenues every month on the 22nd, unlike anybody else, we're doing that. And the international, we're about to open Tokyo. We're in the UK, Australia, Tel Aviv, Brazil. I mean, it's just unbelievable what's going on. And like, what does that got to do with me? It has everything to do with you, because you'll tell somebody says, oh, I have an uncle in the UK. I have a friend in Brazil. I have someone in Florida. I know somebody up in Canada. I know somebody in France, Monaco, Nice. I went to Monaco. I was in Nice. I had 80 agents said, hey, let's get together. They're I didn't even know them, but they're selling homes in France. I'm getting paid. You would get paid. I have hundreds of agents in Barcelona and Madrid. I didn't talk to any of them, but I told somebody told them, and then it's going to have almost 1,000 agents in Cape Town and South. You will too, hundreds in India. Like, well, that's you. You were early. No, the next wave is coming. Do not miss it again. It's like being a surfer. You see that little swell on the horizon. I'm telling you right now, feel it in my bones. The next wave is coming, and we go from 90,000. We're almost a $2 billion company to $250,000. Without the overhead, and we throw in the economies of scale, which we already have it all in place, the value of our company, you know, you think what you want to think. I'm very, very excited about that. So you're able to participate in stock awards, which I believe will be extremely valuable, and then the revenue sharing is unbelievable. So let me tell you one reason why independents are coming to eXp like crazy right now. Number one, liability. If you own an independent brokerage with 30 agents or 300 or 1,300, you are in the crosshairs of every attorney. It falls on you. You're the broker of record. When you take your brokerage and partner up with eXp, you get to keep the name of your brokerage and small print at the bottom, whatever's legal in your state or country. Brokered by eXp in some states, powered by eXp, whatever you like, but you have to follow the laws in your state. Bottom line is, eXp is now the broker of record. You're not going to court. They're going to court. If 120 of your agents, you get 2 or 3, something happens. I mean, good agents get sued when it's not their fault. You have to hire the lawyers. You got to go to court. I had one friend, he had 220 agents. He had 6 open lawsuits going. He said 4 of them were just completely bogus, but he still had to have lawyers and defend himself. 2 of them, though, his agents, 227 agents, they made actual mistakes, and there was real liability there. And if there was this, if it's not, if it's this, like, hey, well, I didn't think it was important for them to sign that disclosure. Guess what? Insurance says we're out. So who covers then? You do, the broker of record. So this is a great way to mitigate that soft underbelly of your liability that is out there. And you're done going to arbitration. You're done going to small claims court. You're done being involved with lawsuits. It is huge. The other reason is, okay, so you take like Lions Real Estate. They've been in Sacramento for 50 years. They have 1,200 agents. They're a huge, respected local broker. They're amazing. And they have a few people within a 100-mile radius, as far as I've seen, maybe 1,250 years. At the end of my second year, I had 3,500 agents. In 2 years, I tripled the size of their brokerage, didn't have the 14 offices that they had to provide for, and I was able to make $1.2 million in profit my second year. My third year, $3.5 million in profit. My fourth year, $5.5 million in profit. It is amazing. So if you're an independent brokerage, when you team up with eXp, you instantly like, how are you going to support people in Brazil? Well, why would I want to? Because somebody knows somebody who's in Brazil, but you're not there. You're not set up. Are you? What states are you in? Well, I'm in these 4 states. How would you like to be in 50 overnight? How would you like to be able to grow up into the country of Canada, be into Calgary, Alberta, Toronto? I don't want to. How about if you didn't have a choice and your business just went there? You got paid. That's what happens to me. I've lost control of my income in a positive way. The reason you want to be here as an independent brokerage is you're going to lose control of your income in a positive way because we're in 24 countries. You don't have a choice, baby. You're going to Tel Aviv. You're going to Dubai. We just opened in Dubai. We're in Australia and the UK. We're in Rome and Paris. And you're going to grow there and you're going to get paid. The sun will never set on your business. I need you to look up and think bigger than just Minneapolis, than just Tampa, than just Miami, than just LA. You think it's small if you're thinking about LA or Las Vegas. I want you to think globally, the connectivity, and it is coming. And that's why these independent brokers are waking up going, I want to be a part. I want to partner up. You get to keep your brand, but now you get stock, you get revenue share, and you get paid on all your agents. You didn't sell the company and get a one-time check for $2 million and then pay $1 million in taxes, and all you got is $1 million bucks. And if you're spending $300,000 a year to live, that's like 3.5 years worth of income. You worked your whole life for that. And think, well, I get $7 million for mine. Okay, then your tax bill is going to be $3 million, $3.5 million, and then you're left with $3.5 million. And trust me, it goes fast. And so here's a way to not lose it and to actually double, triple, quadruple it. I mean, if I could in 2 years have 3,500 agents, let me and let the people who gave me this video help you grow your company. So this is why we are exploding with independent brokerages, both small and large, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, 1,500, 3,000. We're meeting with 3,000. They're coming. And you should check it out. Take a deep dive. Come to some eXp events. Meet our founder. Meet the CEO. Meet our vice president, Amy Weaver. Meet some people. Ask the questions. So my final advice for you is this. Do your research. I implore you to check out eXp. We're either going to pass the mustard test or we're not going to. Do your homework. We have 3 simple steps for you to take a deeper dive by, again, Vice President Russ Lagan, one of my favorite VPs, and he's got a video number 1. It's just a few minutes long. It's going to blow your mind. Then take step 2 and step 3. Again, these are short, powerful videos that get more into the weeds of how stock works, revenue share works, agent support. You're going to love it. And then finally, just remember this. Ignorance is not bliss. Everyone says, oh, ignorance is bliss. No, it's not. You know, what you don't know can't hurt you. What you don't know can kill you. So here's my advice to you. Don't pay the dumb tax. This is my good friend Tony Robbins says, don't pay the dumb tax. So learn, educate yourself. Either you're going to find out eXp is for you, and I truly believe you will, or you're going to rule it out. So either rule it in, rule it out, but take the next 3 steps, do a deeper dive, get some more understanding, and then you decide for yourself. Can't wait to meet you sometime. Okay, one of the things I so appreciated when I came to eXp is that they have a 5-year plan. Like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail by definition. You know, I was at RE/MAX and Keller Williams and other independent brokerages over my 30-year career. No one said, hey, we got a 5-year plan. You don't have to do this again if you don't want to. Like an off-ramp, an exit strategy, a retirement, like a 401k or a pension. It's none of those things because it's way better than all of those things. So here's how it works. When I saw this, I mean, I like the stock, I like the CRMs, I like the 10 to 15 to 20 live classes a day, farm and ranch, luxury, residential, biz ops, you know, we sell wineries and resorts. I mean, the whole thing, that was great, but this blew me out of my seat. So let's just get into it. I'm going to explain how revenue share works, how it's calculated. Just watch. Do yourself this favor. This is everything. This is why we'll be the largest real estate company in the world. So I just checked right now, the average sales price coast to coast is $516,000. So it's going to show you how revenue share is calculated and paid out. And I couldn't believe it. And so the average commission, of course, some agents get 2, some get 3, some get more than 3. We're going to go with 2.5. Nice average. Average number of homes sold, according to NAR, for decades has been 6. We're going to go with that. I get it. Some do 2 or 4 or none. Some do 6 or 8 or 10 or 30 or 40 or 340. We're just going to say normal folks selling 6 homes a year, home every couple of months, what would happen? Um, and let's say that your first year, you personally refer 16 agents to eXp. Um, I think I went to Remax for 12 years and referred over 100. I was at almost 9 years, 10 years at Keller Williams, referred 55. They made the switch. And so here, 16. It's a one home every month, and every third month, one home, one agent you list, sponsor, recruit, whatever you want to refer, whatever word you like to put on it. And we copy this from Keller Williams. They have 7 levels, Bo. They become the largest real estate company in the world with this. But this is like, wow, wow, wow. And I was at Keller for 9, 10 years. This is shocking. So watch very close. So you tell one a month for 12 months, and every third month you do 2. Is that realistic? I did 5 a month for 5 months. I did 25 in 5 months. And so yes, you could do 16 your first year. It is realistic. I'm like, I don't really know if I want to do that. Well, do you want to list $16 million homes or $5 million homes? Or do you want to do 16 homes at 50,000 each? You can decide, hey, I would love to sell an average sales price of $700,000 a home. I'd love to do 32 of those. Or 1.4 million, I'd love to do 60 of those. It's just a number and a target, but this is doable. And let's say these are called level 1 agents if you refer them. So I'm going to put 16 here. So here's how revenue is calculated. So every time these agents sell a home, you're going to get paid by eXp. They're on an 80-20 split. 80% goes to the agent, 20% goes to eXp. Now, at all my prior brokers, they pretty much kept it all, except for Keller Williams. They shared back some of the profits. What's that number? Impossible to tell you. It depends upon, did the office make any profit? If it didn't make any profit, nothing goes back. If they made a little bit of profit, a little bit goes back. If they made a medium amount of profit, a medium. But if they made a bunch, you could get a bunch. And certainly people made a lot of money with profit sharing at Keller Williams over the years. But watch this. This is off the top. It's unmanipulatable. Yeah, that's a mouthful. And so you tell 16. And let's say the next year they each tell 4. They're not as outgoing as you. They tell 4. I did 5 a month for 5 months. Let's say they do 4, 1 a quarter. So what that means is there would be 64 agents on your tier 2. And every time they sell a home, you're getting paid. If they all sold a home the same month, you get paid 64 times in a month. Now you're starting to get the whole compounding. I think it was Benjamin Franklin said that compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. It wasn't Warren Buffett. I'm pretty sure that was Benjamin Franklin. And then let's say this group, they don't tell 1 a quarter. They tell 1 every 6 months. They're less outgoing. They tell two people a year. I'm just going to give you an example, hypothetical. So 2 times 64 is 128 agents on your what? Tier 3. So if they all sell a home, you're getting paid 128 times a month from every agent on tier 3. As soon as you tell people, they tell people. Now, to get paid on tier 4, you have to refer 5. You personally have to refer 5 agents. In this case, you referred 16, more than enough. So let's say that, but referring 5 unlocks tier 4. Referring 10 unlocks tier 5, referring 15. You personally referring 15 agents, say, here I have 16, unlocks 6 tiers. For level 7, you have to refer 30, but it's a huge payout. We're not even going to go there. Let's just say you just do 16. Now, I did 25 in 5 months. You can get there. I did it easily. But let's say these 128, they each tell 2 people, 1 person every 6 months. So that gives you 256 agents on your tier 4. Now, remember, unless you sponsored 5, you're not going to get paid on them. There's actually 2 types of revenue share. You'll get paid a little bit on one of them, but the big payout, you have to tell at least 5 people over the next few years, and you'll get paid on 256 agents production. It's not a little, it's a lot of money. And let's say the next year they each tell 2, that'll put you at 512 agents. This is the compounding. This is why Visa and MasterCard and American Express make a lot of money. And let's say the next year, those 512 each tell 2, you would end up with 1,024 agents. So come on, is that really going to happen? Yes, I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands on my 6th level alone. So yes, it really happens. And so, but let's just, be conservative here. How much revenue share would you earn? Now, what are people doing? They're selling the average price home in America today, which is $516,000, and they are selling an average commission of 2.5%. The average number of sales is 6, and you personally referred 16 agents. Then those agents told some of their friends, who told some of their friends, and it starts compounding out. I pretty much achieved levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 in my first 6 months. It wasn't about me. I just told 25 agents and they told people. So you could do the same thing. And Brent, I don't know if I'm not going. Let me help you do this. Show them this video. The person who brought you here will help you. And so rising tide rises all ships. I mean, you can go from 30 sales a year to 60 in your office and nobody else makes any more money at your office. Here we all win together. But here's what you make 5 years from now, if you're able to do this. Could you prefer 16 agents selling average price homes at average commissions, doing 6 homes a year, not 16 or 60? What would you make? And here it is. It's $1.5 million a year with eXp revenue share. I was blown. I'm like, what? Yep. So if you want to make 1.5 million a year, you need to refer 16 agents to eXp who average 6 sales a year at a 2.5% commission with the average price in America today. Believe it or not, it's 516,000. And there's your income. 1.5 a year. I remember thinking if it's a quarter of that, if it's a third of that, 500, I'm in. I will do it for 3, 4, 500,000 a year. This would be incredible. Well, I was showing this to a friend of mine, and he said, look, I don't think I could do 16 my first year, but what if I did one a month, like 12? Yeah. What would that pay? Well, if you tell 12 and then they each tell 4 your first year, one a quarter, that'd be 48. Then the next year they each tell 1 every 6 months, that'd be 96, and so forth and so on, the compounding. By the way, you don't get paid on level 6 anymore because you only told 12. It takes 5 to unlock level 4, 10 that you have to sponsor person that you personally brought into the company. You grow the company pays you. And then 15 to unlock tier 6. In this example, you only did 12 one a month. Now, when you get to 15, it unlocks. So I've removed tier 6. So you're going to make it less. And he's like, yeah, well, that's more like me. What does that pay? Well, $443,000 a year with eXp revenue share. He was, you're kidding me. I said, no, and I'm going to help you do it. So whoever gave you this video, this revenue share calculator, they want to help you do it. I want to help you do it. We all work together. You win, I win. If I do really well, the company does well, and the stock becomes more valuable. I watched it go from 20 million to 1.4 billion. We're in 26 countries. We're opening Tokyo right now. We're opening Turkey right now. We're in the UK, Australia, South America, Panama, Brazil. We're growing all over the world. And so guess what? If someone in, say, Tokyo does really well, what does that have to do with you? Well, the company does well. And if the company does well, their stock becomes more valuable. We're all shareholders. A rising tide rises all ships. So somebody doing well in Istanbul or Lisbon, Portugal, or Rome or Paris. I'm going to be in Barcelona, Spain in September. If they do well there, your revenue share, it's going to grow. It's pretty cool. Well, the final one, I was talking to kind of a country boy, and he goes, hey, I have 10 agents at my independent brokerage. What would happen if I brought those over? I said, well, using the average price again of 516, average commission, say this all 6 years at home. Said, some of mine only sell 2 or 3. I go, yeah. Do you only sell 8 or 10? He goes, well, yeah. I go, so they might average 6. He goes, okay, fair enough. And I go 10, okay, 10. So there's that number 10. If they each average 4 their first year, 1 a quarter, you'd have 40. And it's not in your town. They tell someone in San Diego, Fresno, Portland, Seattle, Dallas. I mean, my first year, I had agents in 28 states and over 300 cities. People know people who know people. It just kind of grows. And he goes, well, yeah, what would this make me? Well, there it is, 371,000 a year with eXp revenue share, outside of commissions, outside of what you're doing. This will help you retire. This is an exit strategy that is real. And again, my first year, I made $276,000. My second year, I made $1.2 million. I achieved this 5-year plan well, okay, I didn't because it's 1.5, but close in 2 years. My third year, I made 3.5, and it kept growing from there. It was crazy. So eXp is exciting. So what should you do? Number one, stay in curiosity about the model. Learn, go to some eXp events, ask questions, make a list of questions. Number two, join us. I can't wait to meet you at an eXp event. It's been life-changing for me. Check this business out. Make a commitment, stay in curiosity about the model. Either you'll vet us in or vet us out. Either we pass the mustard test or we don't. Ask a lot of questions. Do not miss this opportunity. They say people only get a couple really, really big opportunities in a lifetime. I promise you, this is one of them for you. Cannot wait to meet you, and we'll be in touch. We'll see you at the next eXp event. Bye for now.
Hi there, my name is Russ Lag and I'm executive for eXp Realty, and I want to make sure you understand a lot of the nuts and bolts and parts and pieces behind what Brent Gove was just talking about. So here's some of the structured pieces that eXp includes that can help you take your business to the next level. Whether you're a beginning agent just getting started, we've got tools for you. Or you're an experienced agent that wants to take your business to the next level, we've got tools for you. If you are a top level professional or team, we are attracting top level professionals and teams because we have the systems, the structure, and the sustainability to give them a firm foundation for them to take their businesses to the next level long term in almost any market. So with that starting off, I want to make sure you understand there's really three buckets of income streams that are available through eXp. In your income stream, you have typically trade time for money selling houses in most brokerages. In eXp, obviously, we have that also. In addition to that, we have stock grants that come along, and I'll get into that in a second. And then, of course, we have the third equation, which is people equals money. So in the course of doing normal real estate, you're going to run into real estate agents. And if one of them says, hey, I want to do what you guys are doing, I'd love to hang out with you guys, just bring them along, and it makes it worth your while. So let me dig into the first recipe, because this is where most people are going to play most of their business. Our trading time for money houses equals cash. We have additional buckets that go along with that. We have, if you need to sell more homes and you need more support, you want to talk REO, you want to talk relocation, affinity business, leads driven to our agents. Over 40,000 leads and over 29,000 closings came from our group we call Revenos. So if you're looking to join somewhere where you can actually have some tailwind and we have some ability to drive some business towards you, Revenos is a bucket that you want to add to your business. Next, we have university. Learning is power. eXp University gives you the knowledge to be able to move your business in the right direction. If you've got things missing in your business, we've got training on it. We've got the best trainers and best teachers and coaches across the country because our top people actually train and teach in eXp University, showing what's working today. Not somebody that did business 20 years ago and it went well for them. What works in today's market? We've got people talking about that live. We also have a number of different toolkits that I'm going to mention, and they're all located in the Toolkit Hub, and you can access that Toolkit Hub with a link they're going to put in the comments below, so you can see the link to Buyer's Toolkit. We have a toolkit that shows you how to work and function in the buyer's world right now. We've got all of the parts, pieces, and documents that you need. We've got some scripting. We've got a lot of the tools you need to be working as a buyer's agent in this market. And to match that, we have the Seller's Toolkit. The Seller Toolkit has all of the things that we need to do a great job representing our sellers. In that toolkit, you've got the tools and the techniques and the things that you need, including the paperwork you need to be able to be a successful listing agent in this market, including in there the new listing packet, included in there access to Canva, so that you have the ability to take your business to the next level and have it look professional. We've got a lot of templates and things built out. All you got to do is put your face on it, and you can go out there looking like a pro because you have pro materials to go with it. In addition to that, of course, we've got a bunch of different ways that we have the ability to have support. People say, Russ, you're virtual company. How do I get support in a virtual company? Did you know most of our states have multiple brokers? Some of our states have as many as 15 brokers in them. So you have the ability to have somebody that's on call in your state to be able to answer questions for you at your fingertips. We also have Expert Care Concierge Line, which is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you get stuck, they're able to help unstick you. Typical wait time on that is 37 seconds. 80+% of the people come in there, get a solution within minutes when they go into our support systems. So we have the people behind you available 24/7. And of course, our professional staff and brokers available on call. So you guys have the ability to get answers almost immediately. Now, in addition to that, eXp agents get stocks. Whether you like it or not, you sell a house, you're going to get stocks. On your first home sale with eXp, you're going to get a $200 stock grant. In addition to that, if you hit your eXp cap, $16,000 cap, you get a $400 stock grant. You get a $400 stock grant if you actually bring an agent into the company and want to jump into the revenue share component income stream with eXp. When they have their first closing, you get a $400 stock grant. And then, of course, the one that people really love, and our top agents in our company actually hit what we call icon status. And when an agent hits icon status, they actually get their $16,000 cap given back to them in stock with a couple of other things that go along with it. But realistically, you're the face of the company. So instead of investing in billboards and things and on the Super Bowl, we invest back in the agents that are out there making us look good and have signs in yards all around the country. So aiming for icon status, great way to have basically zero cap. With that, last but not least, eXp is known for revenue share. And yes, we do have revenue share, and it is a pretty amazing process. The great part is we have a growth toolkit that actually has a bunch of videos in there. It explains exactly what revenue share is and exactly how revenue share works. We've got in that toolkit, we also have the parts and pieces that you need, including what I love is we've got a new revenue share calculator. So if you want to say, hey, if I did this, what would this look like? Hey, if I wanted to build this, what would it need to look like? There's a new revenue share calculator that is in the growth toolkit. So we have the toolkit hub, gives you access to knowing what all of these parts are, what all of these parts are, what all of these parts are, so you can find your best solution for you to win at eXp. We have what you need to take your business to the next level. It's just a matter of learning where to find it. If you get stuck, of course, we have the Expert Care Concierge line. They can help unstick you and point you in the right direction and give you the tools that you need to be successful. So what I'd like you to do is, if this makes you think, Russ, I want to know more about that. I would like to see that toolkit, or that toolkit, or that toolkit, or the retention toolkit, or the growth toolkit. Reach out to the person that sent you this video, and they're going to connect you with that toolkit, or click on the link and you can do a deep dive and gather all the information you want. There you go. I'm Russ Lagan. I hope to see you on the next level. We got what you need to be successful in this market. We got your back.